Welcome back to PhilosoFriday. Today, the mechanistic fallacy, which is the error of reasoning that we commit when we say that something must be false because we can't explain the mechanistic inner workings of it. So basically, you're disregarding the what because you don't have an explanation for the how. This can show up as an appeal to ignorance or an appeal to materialism, which are both fallacies in and of themselves. But on the ignorant side, you could say something like, I don't believe that car works because I don't understand how cars work, that you're not mechanically inclined. See? Well, the converse to that statement is implied, that if you understood how an engine worked, how a car mechanically worked, then it would follow from that, from your knowledge of that the car worked. As if somehow the truth of the car's working is contingent on your understanding of how the car works. This is ridiculous. The same thing can be, elevated to a more general level, less egocentric, but still anthropocentric nonetheless, when we say that astrology must be false, must be invalid, because we can't explain the causal connection between planetary bodies in the sky and how different parts of our personality are expressed. Well, again, look at the converse to that statement, which is implied. That if you understood the causal relationship between those things, then it would follow that astrology in general is valid, is not bullshit. This is ridiculous. Here, I'll give you one more example, okay? That there's no truth in the Bible because it's not a historically verifiable document, because we can't, scientifically and materially, historically prove every event that happened in it. Therefore, there mustn't be any truth in it. These are all ridiculous claims. One thing you have to keep in mind. Our understanding of something and our ability to prove something or disprove something scientifically, mechanistically, has no bearing whatsoever on whether or not that thing is true. Phenomena are true or they're false. We decide to dig deep into the specific mechanistic level to explain how things happen. All right? Roger Scruton talked all the time about how art is a spiritual entity, right? The truth of it is of a spiritual level. In other words, its truth value is not contingent on its physical, material components. The message of a painting, the beauty of it, is not expressed through or is true because of the material components of paint on canvas, nor of the process that was required to create that painting. Same thing with music, right? It's a composition, and it's the composition that matters, that contains the message. It's not the specific physical components of the thing, right? So, this mechanistic fallacy really reduces to, material reductionism. And it's very anthropocentric. It kind of places our understanding, our limited rational human understanding, as the decisive variable in whether or not something is true or false, when in fact things are true or false independent of our perception of them. We can choose to explain them rationally, scientifically, materially, if we like, if we want to, if we have pragmatic ends to meet, for example. But things are as they are, whether we like it or not. That's the mechanistic fallacy. This has been PhilosoFriday. See you in the next one. Cheers.